Okay, so here we have the factory 360 equipped Chevy Silverado. One of the things that you might want to notice is when you press the camera button, normally you get a grid view and you only see the image down here that you have to tap in order to be able to view it. Currently, I have disabled all the other views. So this is what you would normally see. So in order to have less of this and more of just the factory 360 view, we would recommend that you disable everything except for the reverse camera. Because what you do is you have to tap it for the image to come up. So whether you have enabled or disabled all of these, you have to tap the reverse camera for the image to come up. Once you're there, you can then go through all the different view options. So personally, I like to disable all the different images that I don't need to be able to only, okay? So what you want to do is disable all the other ones so that you only have the factory backup camera option available. So when you hit cam, the only one that shows up is the factory camera. So that's when you're manually accessing all of the different 360 images. So whether you're driving forward or you're stopped, you'll be able to toggle between, your side views, both different sides of the side views. You'll be able to toggle between that and the front to back 360, your tow hitch, the different options. This is the front and the back, and then this would be the top-down zoomed in hitch or the front. So you'll be able to have all of these different options, including your cargo camera. So this is all 360. That has nothing to do with trailering, but because we have a trailer connected to the system, we have a boat in the back, so because there's a trailer plugged in, we're also able to get the side view this way with the trailer plugged in. We don't have the third one plugged into the back of the trailer. That's why we get this, but that's a whole separate story, because these are all additional cameras. Those are not factory equipped cameras. So you have your tow hitch zoomed in, your cargo. So everything about the factory 360 is functional, including the function where when you're driving up to a vehicle, you're driving up to a wall, the front camera automatically comes on. Keep in mind that it'll only come on as soon as your parking sensor in the front reads the red. It won't come on in yellow, it won't come on in amber, but it will come on when you see the red indicator. Also, when you are trailering, the factory side cameras will come on, not when you're in park, not when you're in reverse. They will not show up when you're in reverse, but once you're driving forward and you turn on the left turn signal, your left camera comes on, right camera comes on when the right turn signal is activated. So everything about the factory 360, including the left and right cameras being activated with the turn signal, are all functional. So that you don't get this grid view, because normally these are your other 4 inputs that you're not using. Your factory 360 is here, which is a single video signal from the car into the radio. We don't control all the different cameras. We get the video signal from the main 360 hub and we feed it into the reverse camera input. This is where you can come in and select all the different views, but this is us duplicating what the factory radio does. This is not us controlling each camera independently. This is us telling the hub to switch between the different views. Again, so that you don't get this grid view here, you're gonna wanna come in here, gonna turn off 5 channels, you're only going to leave this one on. That's going to leave you with a single one. That way your customer or yourself are not confused. So whenever you do come into the camera icon, you tap the one that's available, and that's going to give you all the different views that are available. This would be our cargo, our tow hitch. Well, the tailgate is down right now, but cargo. And so you have all the different views. Now remember, these are only available whenever your trailer is attached. That's the only time you're going to be able to view these. You can still view both of your side cameras, both front wheels and back wheels in this mode. So that would be you testing to make sure that you're able to do that once all the updates have taken place. All right, so we're back in reverse. The tailgate has now been closed. Let us turn the fan speed down so that it doesn't interfere with our volume here. So now that we're in reverse, this is basically normal view. When you're in reverse, you have access to all of your different backup camera views from the front to the back, your tow hitch in the back, your front vehicle. So you have all that the way you normally would. And so once you get out of reverse, when you go to drive, the front camera stay on for 7 seconds. Sorry, for 7 miles per hour. This will stay on until you reach 7 miles per hour or above. Then this will turn off. You can then access your cameras manually while you're driving. We'll show you what that looks like here in a second. Okay, so here we are in reverse. We'll go to drive. Our front camera will come on. And then once we reach 7 miles per hour here, the image will disappear. So can I give you guys an idea where we're at? We're just barely pulling out of a driveway. So we're cruising at under 7 miles per hour. Once we get to 7 and above, the camera goes out. So now that you are, so if you're under 7 miles per hour and you go to the cameras, what's gonna happen is you'll be able to see it, and you're under 7 miles per hour. The minute you get to over 7 miles per hour, it'll give you a timer in the upper right hand corner, just like the factory does, and then they will turn off. You can still, now you'll have to go back to get out of that mode. Okay, but you'll still have access to them. So once you hit camera and you're going above 7 miles per hour, it'll always give you that timer. You can reselect different views and the timer starts just like the factory does. You can view, now remember, you're going above 7 miles per hour, so you're limited. Your views are limited. You can view your trailer, you can view your cargo, you can view the back, you can view the front. No side views, so the factory locks you out once you're going above 7 miles per hour. But the idea is for us to do exactly what the factory does. Now, one of the things that we can't do is bring you back to the previous screen, but you can press the 2 squares on the bottom right and go back to whatever application you were listening to. But the goal here was to be able to view the cameras while you are in motion, just like the factory allows you to do. We have a SIM card in this radio, so we can always view audio, music files, whatever we want. So just to give you an idea here. And so the next one that we're going to be looking at will be getting up close to an object with the factory 360. Okay, so here we are listening to a music video. What I'm gonna do next is I'm going to pull up to a object, car, or something, just to kind of show you what the front camera does whenever you do get up close. Now remember, your parking sensors are gonna start to detect first, and the way it works is the parking sensors will start off with a yellow zone, and then it transfers into an amber zone, and then when the red zone kicks on, that's when the front camera comes on. And that's exactly what the factory does as well. So here we are. I'm getting up close to this truck in front of me just so you get a little bit of perspective here. So here we are. We're gonna have the parking sensors already came on. Now notice that we are in the yellow zone. The radio already switched because it's linked to the sensors, but the camera, which is the vehicle, the factory CAN bus, we're already in amber. The cameras are still not on. The minute we come in and hit red, that's when the truck turns on the front cameras. And so again, we're already in the red zone. If we start to pull back, I'll show you guys that again. So we're exiting the red zone. So we are both now in clear. So the parking sensors don't detect. The sensors are not detecting. We're still in reverse. That's why we see the backup camera. Remember, when we go from reverse to drive, we're gonna see the front camera for a certain amount of time until we reach 7 miles per hour, and then that will disappear just like it did right now. So then we're gonna pull up to this other car here so you see that again. And so we are now here, and then so as soon as the sensors pick up the vehicle in front of us, the radio kicks on. Okay, and now we're gonna get into the amber zone. We are now moving closer to the vehicle in front of us. I can't see, but the sensors are already picking up. We're gonna keep moving forward. We're now in red, and the truck has now picked up the front camera. And it's gonna stay there for as long as the zone is in red. Hopefully that helps you guys understand where we're coming from and what we're able to do. With the help of our engineering team, we have corrected many different things that we had been reported on.